Hi everyone, it's Eric from ecom12.blogspot.com and welcome to my gaming performance test on the HP Envy 17 laptop. In this video we will be testing 3 games, and as always I will start with the least intensive all the way to the most intensive game. In the words of my best friend, let's get started. Now we're going to start with Batman Arkham City first. Now I have already tested this game on another HP laptop recently and I got decent results with the graphics set to medium. Well, what's really surprising about this computer is that I can put the majority of settings on maximum and the computer runs the game near perfection with a little stutter here and there. Seriously, take a look for yourself. Pretty much all the settings are set to the highest detail and the game runs around 40 frames per second. Also, we take into account that this laptop is sporting a 1080p screen, it makes the game look all the more rich and alive. The only time I really notice lag is when Batman performs a ground takedown on his opponents. Then the game drops to around 25 frames per second, but after the takedown is complete, the frame rate increases back. Now in these gaming tests, I always like to give my opinion on the games I am testing. However, I will offer a much shorter opinion on this game as I have already covered it in a previous video. An annotation to that video will be on your screens now. So my quick thoughts on Batman Arkham City. It's an amazing game. Great story, great characters, great gameplay, it's just great all around and is definitely one of my most favourite games of all time. Next we've got Shadow Warrior. Now I downloaded the demo of this game from Steam at random as it was one of their latest demos and I thought it would be good to test on this machine. Well, I had no idea what I was in for, but it was glorious. I mean, just look for yourself.
Enjoy!
I mean, what else is there to say except why didn't Kill Bill get its own game? This is so much fun. The controls take a bit of getting used to, but once you do, the gameplay is so addictive and the graphics are really nice and have a lot of depth to them. One example of this is that you can cut a dead body to pieces. Normally games don't allow you to do further damage to a defeated enemy, but this game allows you to do it. Now let's talk about performance. Now you may have already noticed by looking at the FPS counter at the corner of the screen that this game does not run that well on this laptop. I had to put the graphics settings on low the entire time with just a few exceptions and the laptop still choked on it. Now I don't think this is a fault with the laptop, but more a fault with the game. If you go into the settings, the only GPU this game will accept is the integrated Intel HD 4400. I tried everything and this game just does not accept the dedicated graphics card this laptop has to offer. If it did, then this game would most likely run perfectly on this computer, but unfortunately, it doesn't. So that is a big bummer, and literally nothing I did would make the frame rate go that much higher. I did manage to get 20 frames per second sometimes, but the majority of the time it stays at around 17. Apart from that, I found this game to be a lot of fun. Later on the game looks really quite boring though, as you will have to fight demons as opposed to actual humans, which is a big shame to me. I would really prefer it the other way around, but hey, I did have a great deal of fun replaying the first 10 minutes.
Where are you going, Mizuyaki? Didn't you want to do business?
Now we move on to the most graphic-intensive game, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. This game actually just released about 2 months ago at the time of making this video, so it is a very current title, and this will demonstrate how current top-end games perform on this machine. Now I set the graphics to a medium setting in this game, and the frame rate, well, just take a look for yourself. Yes, the frame rate really does tend to fluctuate and goes from around 13 to 17 frames per second. The only time it goes to around 22 is when you are platforming or move the camera angle tightly towards the wall. So yeah, this game does not run very well at all on this laptop. In fact, I would go as far as to say this is unplayable for those that want an ideal gaming session, as this will really put a dampener on the experience. So what are my thoughts on this game? Well, I really like the combat, and the controls do have a good amount of depth to them, which is very nice. The graphics are extremely good, I really do mean that. They look breathtaking, the colours, the shadows, the detail. This is a very grand game to look at and explore. Apart from that, I don't really see myself wanting to go far in this game. I'm glad I experienced the combat and saw the awesome graphics, but I really don't care about continuing or completing this game. So it's not for me, but I can see others who would enjoy it. So that is my gaming performance test on the HP Envy 17. Expect my full thoughts and opinions in my full review, which will be published very soon. Until then, I will see all of you next time. Take care.